After being to Nigeria, after being here, I went to Nigeria, I discovered that nobody can be rich in Nigeria. So I told them nobody is rich here. They said, what is that? That tata or something. No tata or whatever. And all these people are so rich. I said, they are not. They said, why? Because at that time, I still didn't know the
Hello,
principle.
Adelaja, good evening. Good morning.
I didn't know the principle.
Really,
So the only thing I could say is that I know that if you are abroad.
Hello guys, how are you? We're working outdoors today. Dr. Sunday is outdoors and a few of us are here working. We've got lovely weather here in Ukraine. So I know I'm squinting and saying it's lovely weather, but it is. I can't help it. The sun will make you squint. So we're out here. Dr. Sunday is doing book editing with the team. This is his usual style. He also talk to us and we talk and laugh while we're doing the work. So I just got the video on and you can see what's going on.
Those are factors of poverty by itself. I said, but look at the heat. Look at it. Oh, this aircon. I said, that is exactly the poverty. Because when you put yourself in the aircon, you shut yourself down. You know, from life. Because life is oxygen. It's nature. That is, you put yourself in security, you know, like a compound like that, and it's closed from everybody, you already don't have life. Why are you not here? You let everybody who they do their work now.
You're the one talking at the moment.
So you know, you are only as rich as your environment. You see, he cannot be happy. He cannot enjoy his wealth just because of what is happening around in this environment. He's not happy. He cannot live. So there's no life. That's why egocentrism that people are preaching in our churches, that oh, God do my own, or Oluwa shete me, or whatever. Is it shete me? Oluwa shete me, or and all good do my own, or do for me. You see, that's why I was talking about those hallelujah projects and things like that. You say that's a problem, because all those things are only making you more egocentric, you know, to look for God for yourself. But you still have not changed the world. You will still not be happy, even though you get what you wanted. But it's too complex for people who don't think. This is only for people who think. You need to think to them. Yeah, how are you doing, girl?
Fine.
What's happening?
We've got a few people online and they're saying that you're very relaxed.
I'm very relaxed. They
yeah,
don't
so
me relaxed.
They say this is enjoyment to sunshine, relaxing here.
So to lie down is enjoyment.
Everybody
lie down in their home. Or because I'm lying down outside.
Yes, outside. Yeah, it's just enjoyment.
What about if I put this one and make it what do you call it, swing?
Yeah.
Would that be more enjoyment?
Yes, it'll be more enjoyment.
Somebody needs to push it.
Okay, let me.
I can't push myself. It's not working out.
Be careful. You're not supposed to push it too hard.
Not don't do that's the way. No, Victor is not experienced. I think his village was not.
Yeah, he's a bush boy.
Yeah, his village shouldn't be too far from my own. Because I was thinking that he's supposed to swing just exactly the way he did it.
No, it could have to, but I think I did it from an angle. If it was straight from the middle,
I would go with the American boys. I would rather go with them. So they think this one is enjoyment.
Yeah.
Tell them what I'm doing. Tell them the book I'm writing, so that they will know that real enjoyment will put them in the EFCC more.
Hello everyone, how are you? Well, that's typical Dr. Sunday. Today is quite sunny this morning, so we're reading outdoors. Is editing a book currently, so somebody is editing the book, but the conversation this video started with was he was looking in his Facebook and he saw a quote or a comment by Dangote that said that he cannot sleep because of the condition of Nigeria. I'm still giving information that it can that he cannot sleep. Dangote, one of the richest, if not the richest man in Nigeria, was saying that he cannot sleep because of the youth unemployment in Nigeria and the situation of the country. So he stopped and he showed us the quote and he said, most people expect that when you have money and when you have a lot of material things that you can sleep at night, you're free. But that's not true. That look at what this richest man is saying, that you're only as rich as your environment, you're rich as the people in your environment. So if everybody is poor and you're rich or financially or you've got money, that you're still poor and you still have the problems and challenges of not having anything. So we talked about that. So that's where I started to video and you started to see the conversation, so you can see right from the beginning. He's editing a book now. The book title,
Europe was shrunk by 14% between now and 2100. Almost none of Europe's countries are producing babies at a high enough rate to replace the lost population. Globally, life expectancy is expected to soar in the coming decades. By 2045 to 2050, the average human being will live 76 years, approximately the life expectancy of the average U.S. citizen today. By the end of the century, that figure will rise to 82 years, and in developed countries to 89.
It's a very good one.
What's the title of the book?
The title of the book is How Nigeria's Economy Can Overtake America. Wait, hold on. How Nigeria's economy can overtake America's economy.
Okay.
The
book title is that we're editing is How Nigeria Economy Can Overtake America. How Nigeria Economy Can Overtake America.
The line that thing was like that.
That's typical. This is typical Dr. Sunday. Guys, just see him. He just laugh like a child, really.
They think all these ones are coming.
Very simple.
The pictures they put on my Facebook today.
Okay.
So interesting.
Yeah.
Can you see?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we saw it earlier this morning.
You saw it earlier? Okay. It's like relax also. Relax mood. And you know what people are writing on that is, where is the church? Do they have it in Nigeria?
His church is relaxed.
So Joshua is saying that Nigerian people like better things.
They like enjoyment.
He said they think that he's importing all the sisters also with me. So what's happening?
Well, there's a lot of comments. People are saying that they want to come and the swing and join you in the swing.
Tell them about we have one in, we have some.
Yes, we have HMT coming up. Yes. All right.
One for the children, one for.
Yes.
Then later on, I will greet them.
Okay. Hello, guys. Yes, for those of you that said, yeah, you want to come and sit on the swing, you have an opportunity to do so. We have HMTs coming up. So we have the first one, which is titled or called Train the Trainer HMT. Train the Trainer. So if you want to be a trainer of history makers training, wherever you are in your localities or in your community, this is the HMT for you. And it's from the 25th to the 29th of July. So that's next month, which is about a month from, which is about we're on the 28th. So just under 1 month from now. So you can still prepare for it, especially if you're in Europe or, countries where you don't need visa to come to Ukraine. And even if you do need visa, but you're in certain countries, it will be easier to get the visa. You still got at least 3 weeks. So you can join us for the Train the Trainer. So this would equip you to be able to start your own HMT in your community, in your localities. So it's a good idea if you think that that's for you. Come to this HMT. the next HMT, the one after that, would be for the youth. So from age 10 to age 20. So we call it teenage HMT. I would urge parents to send their children to this. Being a history maker from your teenage age is like having a head start in life, and head start in knowledge, and head start in wisdom, and head start in opportunity. So I would encourage parents to please send their children to this HMT. It's in August. The precise date I'm going to get for you and put it up as an information link so that you will have the date. But I think it's sometimes around the 15th, mid-August. I believe it is. I will find out if Babusha is around to give us the information. She was here a minute ago, but I can't see her. She's the coordinator of HMT. And then there's another one in November. So this is the general HMT. It doesn't matter how many times you've been to HMT. You're always welcome to come back. None of the HMT is the same. So we don't have HMT 1, 2, or 3. This is usually structured and spirit-led, and Dr. Sunday share different information in each HMT. If you've seen videos of HMT, you can never see them to be the same. They're always different, and it's always useful. If you can make it, you have an opportunity to come over, please do. You can see the background of the house if you haven't already been, and if you've been, those that have been here already, they would know that being in this environment actually propels you. It propels you to do things that you thought may have been dead in you, or things that you've been struggling to do. So it's absolutely worth coming and sharing sharing in this environment and the benefits of being in this environment. So that's 3 HMT for everybody. So the first one is in July. The second one is the HMT for teenagers. What date is it? Teenage.
It's from the
teenage HMT is August. Okay, 8th of August. No, to the 11th of August. So send your teenagers with your young people from the age of 10 to the age of 20. So they're all welcome. The information for this is on Sunday Adelaja blog.com/visit. So just look on there, SundayAdelajablog.com/visit, and there's also a form to complete. So if you're interested in any of these HMTs, this is their coordinator. Her name is Babusha. So if you want to get in touch with her directly as well, it's best to use the form. I wouldn't give you an email because the form is much better.
Yeah,
it's more
faster.
Detail.
Yeah.
So it's.
But actually, I would like to add, if in case as a parent you want to talk to me, since I'm the coordinator, you have questions which I believe each parent should have, you can get me on my WhatsApp. My number is +380-9360-30405. I'll repeat that.
Can you add it to the comment section?
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think it would be better if parents can call or text anything, so I can communicate with you better and answer all your questions. It will be faster and easier than the email.
Okay. All right. So yeah, so that's a free offer of phone calls that you can have actual conversation.
Yes.
Babusha coordinates all the HMTs, so she has all the answers for you, however you may feel, or any questions relating to your children, relating to the HMT itself, the environment, what they will be learning, where they'll be, what they'll be learning, anything that you have in mind that you feel like you really need to know. She's the person to contact, and she's got a number. She'll put a number up in the comment section where you can ask her all these questions, and be rest assured, she will look after your children.
Yes.
And we have other people as well in the house that will look after your children. So get in touch with her and get the peace of mind that you need, especially if you've got young children, the ones that are 10 to maybe 15, and you're worried about them or concerned. So she's a person.
I will do my best to take care of your child, so you don't have anything to worry. And as she said, we have a full house of people here in the house, so I believe everybody is going to put its time together to work. So there is nothing to worry about.
Yes, we've got Ife that is asking now, what's HMT about? So Ife, HMT is History Makers Training. So Babusha, do you want to tell them a little bit about what it's about?
History Makers Training is Pastor's one of his projects that he started almost 10 years now. It's a training where he trained his followers. So it's in person, like it's not something online that you can do and really get, the full result of it. The environment really matters when it comes to HMT, because you get to interact with Pastor one-on-one, you get to see him and you interact with other people. But the main goal is that you are in an environment where everybody has the same mindset. Everybody is here to be a history maker. So if you want to change your nation, your society, this is the place to be. Pastor Sunday teaches how to change your society, how to get out there, to get your hands dirty, how to get work done, how to be involved in NGOs, and so on. So it's a training that transforms lives, that teaches you what to do and how to live your life and how to.
Okay, yes, Babusha was just saying there, I'm not sure if you can hear her, but let me just repeat with a louder voice that HMT is History Makers Training, and we have one in July, which is for train the trainers, those people who want to start training people to be history makers. What does it mean to be a history maker? When you come to HMT, you realize that you know already that you have dreams, you have desires, you want to change your world as an individual. You have something in you as a content that God has created inside of you, but you don't know how to execute it. You don't know what to do to make it happen and how to go about it. Here, when you come to History Maker, either as a teenager or even as an adult, you will get yourself equipped. This is where you get equipped.
Yes.
You get equipped mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually on how to become a history maker. What you need to do, the steps that you need to take, the plans that you need to put in place, information that you need in order to change your world, what the world needs in order for you to be a history maker. So this is where you come and you discuss that. You learn lessons, you see examples, prototype of this happening, and you're given what should I say? You're given the emotional and confidence to go out there and do the things that you've always wanted to do. So it doesn't have to be non-governmental organization, which is what we call NGO, but it can even be in your project. It can be in your own personal business.
It can be in your church.
You can be in your church. You can be at home. You can be in your community. Your dreams and your desires. The things that are living in you, they are in you, that you haven't been able to execute. This is the place where you get the drive, the motivation, the knowledge, the wisdom, the ability to go out there. The environment will build you up. And this is what Dr. Sunday have been doing for some years now, and they've been great results. There's many people that already attended HMT, and they're on this channel, and they're doing great things. One of the things that you might want to also check out is check out the Kingdom Fruits that we have been putting on. So the Kingdom Fruits are people that have been listening to Dr. Sunday or listening to Dr. Sunday's teaching over the last year, and you will see what they've achieved just by listening. So imagine if 50% is the environment of who you is 50% of environment is who you are. Right? So if you're just listening from afar and you've been able to achieve so much, imagine what's going to happen if you're immersed in an environment that helps you. So this is how History Maker has been of benefit to many people, and this is an opportunity for you as well. If you want to be a history maker, if you want to change your world, if you want to develop something, maybe a business, a project, or even family project, this is a place where you can come. It's going to be in Kyiv, Ukraine. If you're asking the right questions, sometimes when I'm talking on this on Dr. Sunday's page, I assume, which is very wrong of me, that a lot of the people that comes there already know the story, they know the history, they have the background knowledge. So Ify, I do apologize, and you're asking the right questions, so thank you for that. It's going to be in Kyiv, Ukraine.
Pastor Sunday's residence.
This is in Pastor Sunday's residence in Kyiv, Ukraine. So I don't know where you are right now, but it's going to be in Kyiv, Ukraine. So you might need a visa. Ukraine is in Europe area, Eastern Europe, but it's not in the European Union. So wherever you are, you may need a visa, or you may just check it out with your consulate to find out what is required of you to be here in Ukraine. But it's pretty straightforward. Ify is saying she's in London, so if you're in London, you have a British passport, you just need to get your ticket and come. That's it. There's nothing.
If you're in London and you don't have even the passport,
yes,
the British passport, you can apply. It doesn't take much.
Yes, and also that's what Babushi is saying now, is that if you're in London and you don't have a British passport, but your residence in London, then it's also easy because you can get a visa. You just need to go to the visa office. First of all, go online and you have to complete your application.
Then we send you an invitation letter.
Yes.
Then you can go to the embassy and apply.
Yes. So that's the process. The process is if you don't have a visa or you don't have a passport, you require a visa. What you need to do is write to sundayadelajablog.com/visit, and then we'll send you an invitation letter. Then the next step is for you to go to the embassy and take the application to them, which you would have completed online with the embassy as well, and then go to them and they'll give you a date to come back for your visa. It's just that straightforward. Yeah. Simple as. Okay, so I'm going to turn the camera back to those that are working right now so that you can see them and say hello. Hello, Igor. It should be.
It's nice to see you.
Exactly. Well, I think Igor should be concentrating on his enjoyment. Happy anniversary. Yes, Igor is also one of the coordinators. Happy anniversary, Igor and Olena and little lady, Aurelia. Okay, so I'm saying hello to them. Okay. All right, so I'm going to turn the camera.
Mental magnitude and spiritual depth. He went further to say, by comprehension, we mean the ability of a man to appreciate and grasp the salient details as well as the most practical and temporal implications of a given problem in a situation.
So they're reading how Nigerian economy can change,
in simple terms, Nigerian leaders lack common sense on how to run the country. In reading our
America's economy.
Recent events in the country comes to mind. Missing $20 billion from NNPC co-files under the full glare of the Ministry of Petroleum Resources. In essence, attacks the Malajan Boko Haram, mainly in the northeastern government-located Hapolis, the fatal Nigerian Immigration Service recruitment exercise, multi-billion dollar naira jets, private jets of some ministers, no big deal. Multi-billion naira police structure.
Alpha.
Say hello.
Say hello.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I need to probably hear what they're saying.
Okay. Adela says, okay, no, that's for Igor. At Maiwa, please repeat the dates, please, for the HMT. I will do that so shortly.
You finish it.
I've just done that, so I'll do that after I've finished reading. I'll do that done. Just bear with me, okay? At dawn, I would love to go. That's Ify. They're saying that Ify is joining us, I think, for the first time, and Ify, we would love to have you. I'll repeat the dates and the information shortly. I'm just reading the comments. The HMT dates, please. That's Nkiru saying that. Ify says, thanks there. You guys are awesome. Thank you, Ify. In Funji says the dates, please. I'll repeat the dates shortly. Thank you, everyone. If you are just 2 hours away by flight, we'll be waiting to meet you. That's Pastor Nikki telling Ify. What's the date? We'll get the date again. Ify is British. You can fly anywhere. That's Don saying that. Thank you, Don. Hi, Julie. Okay. Let me read from the top. Good morning, DSA. Someone is saying Sunday. This now enjoyment, oh. Lol, very relaxed. Good morning, family. Hi, Pastor Sunday. Enjoying sunshine. Raining here in London. That's Nikki Christian that is saying that you're enjoying sunshine. It's raining in London.
It's raining in London.
Good morning, DSA and wonderful family. Let us see others as well. That's King that's saying that. Okay, King.
Thank God, King is right.
King, can you say?
You have to take them. No, you don't just do that. You take people individually. You know, people want to say all that means personalities, not images.
Okay. Hello, introduce yourself on request.
Hello, this is Anujo. Good to have you guys around.
So what are you doing, Anujo?
Well, right now we are working on the movement against the deception of the church. That's what I'm doing right now. Well, Pastor is...
While you're also listening to...
So the editing of the book, how Nigerian's economy can overtake America's economy.
Brilliant. Well done.
Thank you.
So what are you doing with the movement? Tell the people about it.
Right, so we're trying to reach out to as many people as possible to join the movement. So we have the contacts of some people on Facebook. So, and we have a message that we're sending to each of them to join the movement. They could either be an ambassador or they could choose to be a committee. Yeah, I mentioned already. Okay, so the movement is the movement against deception in the church. So we have a Facebook page, right? I think there are 2 Facebook pages. Yeah.
1 page, 1 group.
1 page, 1 group. So we're trying to mobilize as many people as possible to join the movement against the deception in the churches. So personally, I'm sending messages to several people on Facebook to join the movement. So that's it.
How are you doing that? You're asking, because some of them are not your friends, so what are you doing?
All right, so I have a list of names. I get those names to my Facebook page, I search for them, I add them as my friends, and then I send them the message into their inbox. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Hello.
That's
Hello.
the question I would ask. The question I would ask, how can I join if I was watching? Okay.
All right. So how can you join? Well, you could search for the on the search box. You could search for join the
movement.
Yeah, movement against deception in the church. And then you find the group. Then you send a request to join the group, or you could just I think
like the page.
You could like the page. So if you like the page, you'll be able to receive up feeds. And, yeah, and then there's also a form. While we have our live shows, Queen Mayawa she puts the link of the form. Yeah, on the page also, so you could find the form and then fill in the form, and then like that you're going to be able to join.
Thank you. Hello guys, on that note of the movement against deception in the church, we have 2 pages up. One is a group and one is a public page. So on the public page, you need to go and on Facebook public page, you please like the page so that you can get notification on everything that we're doing with regards to the movement. And secondly, join the closed group. It's important to join this closed group because not everyone is privy to have all the information that we're going to share. Only some of the information, especially if you're part of it, involved, engaged in this movement. So you can be engaged on two functions. The first one is as an ambassador of the movement, and the second one as a committee member. There's a form. Please complete the form. The form is on both the group page and also the main public page. Is linked up there, so you can it's a 2-minute form. It's just asking your name, your email address, and other contact details, and what you want to do in the movement, what the movement means to you, how you want to get involved. Just getting you involved. You would be the one driving this movement. This movement started with the teachings from Dr. Sunday a few weeks ago, which is still continuing. The first teaching series was the prostitution of tithes and offering in the church, and this brought a lot of information, a lot of of emotions as well, actually. So I would urge you to watch some of the videos. It's on YouTube right now. It's Sunday Adelaja Official. So if you go on YouTube, Sunday Adelaja Official, you'd have a better understanding of where this is coming from. But still, the actual title, Movement Against Deception in the Church, speaks for itself. So you can go ahead and join us if you're against deception in the church, especially in the church. And if you're against deception generally, I think it's worth joining. We have a meeting coming up this weekend, so we would like you to join us either as an ambassador or as a committee. But until you complete the form, we won't be able to invite you. So that's the movement for now. I will talk about the HMTs shortly, but people are still introducing themselves, so I'll continue with that. Hello.
Hello. Hello, everybody. I'm Mrs. Ojo from Nigerian. I'm listening to Pastor Sunday Adelaja book review, and I'm quite enjoying it.
Good, good. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about yourself? Ojo's mom. Yeah. Who's okay? Oh, let me ask. Yes. No. Introduce your mom, because they're new people today.
Right. So that's my mom, everyone. She came over to Ukraine to celebrate with me on my graduation ceremony on Friday. So I just graduated from the medical university, so I am a doctor. So she is here in Ukraine and she's paying Dr. Sunday a visit, and I'm sure she's having a swell time.
Show me your leader, and
Yes, thank you, man.
I'm quite enjoying Ukraine.
Yeah, she's enjoying the sun.
Thank you, guys. Hello, we're introducing yourself. People want to see who's here.
Hello, my name is Bamishai Victor. For the sake of familiarity, you can call me Salvatore. Oh, okay.
What are you doing here? What are you doing right now?
So right now, keeping tabs on the book editing, trying to get as much as I can get from the book editing, and also I was working on the movement against deception in church, trying to invite as many as possible to join the clique, and also to reach out to those who have themselves volunteered, to give them the step next to take. So I mean, there's a whole lot going on, but just to summarize and move on. So let's end there. Thank you so much.
Thank you. But they want the dates again, so can you say the dates?
The dates?
Yeah.
Again?
Yes.
Okay. So,
introduce yourself.
hello guys, my name is Babushia, and I'm the coordinator of the History Makers Training. So we have 3 HMTs this year, and the first one is in July, is Train the Trainer. It's from the 25th to the 29th of July. Again, 25th to the 29th of July. The next one is for the teenagers. It's from the 8th to the 11th of August. Again, from the 8th to the 11th of August 2017. And the third one is in November. It's from the 6th to the 10th of November. 6th to the 10th of November 2017. So you are all welcome, and I'm looking forward to seeing each one of you. Thank you.
What are you doing right now?
Right now, I'm replying emails because I'm also one of the coordinators of the guest department. So whoever that is visiting Dr. Sunday, I reply to their emails, and I'm also organizing the list of people that are coming, those that have registered already. So it's my responsibility to make sure that, I have it in order, who is coming and when he's arriving, everything, the pick up from the airport and all of you. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have Timmy there, and Timmy is the one that is reading.
How you doing?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Yeah. More than that, how are you doing? Quick one.
It's a beautiful day outside. I'm helping Pastor out reading for him.
Okay.
What's the name of it?
How Nigeria's economy can overtake the American economy.
So what do you think? What are you learning?
I'm learning a lot about Nigeria, the Nigerians' potentials, the problem within corruption in Nigeria, how corruption has stagnated Nigeria's growth, and in the future, Nigeria has a lot of potential to actually overtake its competitors like China, even the United States, and we have no clue because all our funds are being misallocated to the wrong places. So with proper allocation, proper leadership, we're going to be able to do great things in Nigeria.
Beautiful, beautiful, brilliant. Okay, Pastor Josh.
Hi, hello. How are you guys doing out there? Yes, what can I help you with?
To introduce yourself, the new people here now.
Okay. I'm Pastor Joshua Matare, one of Pastor Sunday's mentees, hanging out here with him, helping with the work and all that. So, lots of things.
What are you doing exactly right now?
Right now we're editing the book, making corrections to the book, How the Nigerian Economy Can Overtake America's Economy. And we're making sure that everything is in place before it goes to printing.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on the title, on the book itself?
It's an amazing book. I love the concept of the fact that Nigeria can actually overtake America economically. The first day I heard the title, I thought it was just, I thought it was probably figure of speech or something. But then when Pastor began to lay out all the points and lay out all the facts, and he brought everything together, and I began to see that actually it's possible. For example, let me give you a little tip. Nigeria has lost $20 trillion since independence. And right now, America is the largest economy in the world, and they're worth just about 18 trillion. So imagine that Nigeria in less than 50 years, or about 55 years, lost 20 trillion and is still a country of 200 million people who are surviving and thriving. While America's economy is not even as much as that. So imagine if all of that money wasn't lost, what we would have accomplished by now. So we're talking about corruption and how to curb it, and there are a lot of strategies being laid out on how we can be able to make sure that we don't waste our resources anymore and Nigeria fulfills its potential. So it's an amazing book. You guys should get ready to have it. And it's not just for Nigeria. If you're from a developing country, this is a book you should get because it will help you to be able to move the agenda in your country forward by stopping corruption or whatever it is that your own country is facing that might be stopping growth and progress.
Brilliant. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Okay, guys, these are the people that we have currently. More people will join. They're probably in the room. They will join at some point. We've got Galina, actually. I've just seen her. Hello, Galina. People want to say hello to you and they want you to introduce yourself. Okay.
My name is Galina Kirichenko, Pastor Sunday Sisters, and now I'm working on Pastor's social networks on Facebook, his page, because Pastor has several pages, Russian, English, so now I'm working on Russian Facebook page. I made yesterday a new banner with Pastor's photo, so now check how it looks, and I want to show Pastor, and I hope it will be good.
It is good. They've seen one. They like it.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Have a nice day, guys.
That's Galina, one of Pastor Sunday's assistants. He's got several assistants. So Galina just told you that she's working on his social media. He's got several pages. So she put up the posters, banners. Sometimes she puts up also articles as well. She works with Pastor Sunday all the time, like everyone does. So she has an idea what he would like to post. So I'm going to go to Dr. Sunday now. You've got some of the questions that you've asked. We've answered them. So we've answered regarding HMT. We're giving you the information. We're giving you the information of what people are doing, the individuals that are here, what they're doing. Just going to go to Dr. Sunday, interrupt him from listening, and hear what he's got to say. Hello, sir. Little break. It's gonna make nice. Go on.
That's where you want to be. Maybe you want to come from that side.
Okay. It's a bit.
Don't get to look at the sun.
Okay, I think it's better. Sure.
You might need the share.
I'm moving to the sun.
Can you see it so that I can see that? Okay. Oh, that's better.
Okay. So qu'est-ce qu'on say? Whatever they say in French.
What's that? I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know what that is. Hello in French?
No, that's me. What do you want?
Okay, right. Just to share with people what you're doing, and I'm sure also people want to know, because they're all saying that you're enjoying. This is enjoymental, and I'm trying to.
Is that why they're calling you?
No. So I was trying to say.
To come and join?
Yes, they want to join. They're asking a lot of information, but I think most people are really just surprised to see you just relaxing in the way you are and working. And
Is that
maybe,
what they call shilling?
yeah, so they just want to just share with them, because sometimes we think that work has to be rigorous.
Maybe you have to share with them first.
Okay. I've shared some things with them. I think they want to hear from you.
Okay, so what are the comments?
So the comments are somebody said, why is the sun on our own, Dr. Sunday? I can't answer that.
Why what?
Why is the sun on you?
That's my choice.
Yes.
They should realize that I've not been under the sun for 30 years.
Yeah. Ify, I believe is a new follower, and she's been commenting, and she said, I'm waiting for the book. I think it's just this title book that she knows about.
But there are so many other titles.
Books, too. Exactly. Okay, let me tell her. Hello, Ify. Thank you for all your questions and your comments. You've been so active since I came on.
Amazon.
So that's great. Dr. Sunday, I've written many books. Just for his Golden Jubilee, which was in May, throughout the month of May, he released in total 50 just to mark his Golden Jubilee in English. Prior to that, he has written over 300 books already, but they are in Russian language. Some of them have been translated to English. So you have a wealth of information in terms of books, and the best place to go to get his books on Amazon, which you know Amazon, wherever you are. I believe you're in England, so that will be .co.uk. So check out Amazon and you will find many of his books and his book titles. This is just one of the books that he's just writing now, but he's got a library of books. And also you can go onto his YouTube, which is Sunday Adelaja Official. So if your book haven't arrived yet, you have a video companion to many of the books that in series that you can actually watch on YouTube. So if you can't just sit down and watch, you can also listen while you're driving, or when you're in the house just chilling. You can listen to a host of playlists that he's already done. So go on Sunday Adelaja Official on YouTube. Also, you will find him on the web on sundayadelajablog.com, sundayadelajablog.com. Check out that platform. There's so much on that blog that you can benefit from. There's so many articles, audios as well available, videos also available. So check out all this platform, and of course you're on YouTube, you're on Facebook already. Like his page so that you can get notifications, and also we have other movement or Dr. Sunday Adelaja related platforms or pages on Facebook. You can like them all. We have DSA editors, we have DSA family chats, this is a group chat, we have DSA live, we have DSA notes. Anything you see DSA, just put on the search engine that's related to Dr. Sunday and his teachings and a group of followers. So join us in all this. And of course, we've just spoken to you about HMT, which is the ultimate in terms of being in the environment where he is here in Kyiv, Ukraine. So you can join us here as we are. You can also participate in this kind of environment and atmosphere. So the Sunday just reminded me of my favorite word: share, share, share. So guys, please do the honors to share this video right now so that other people can join us and benefit from the information and the teachings that we're learning. We share our environment. Dr. Sunday shares his knowledge, his wisdom with us, and lots of people are benefit from it. We're benefiting from it. At 7 p.m. we have various programs. One of them being 7 p.m. Ukraine time. So one of UK time, Ukraine time and UK time is 5 p.m. So the program starts from 7 p.m. Ukraine time, which is 5 p.m. UK time. And we have 3 various programs at 7. It could be a book review, which is very detailed, and we could have a Kingdom Fruit program. Kingdom Fruit program is its goal is to profile those who have been listening to Dr. Sunday's teaching or following his teaching, and from in the last year, and from that teaching they have developed a worthy project or worthy projects. So it's not just one, and it's actually worth watching that program because it's so inspiring. It gives you ideas, and Dr. Sunday at the end of the program also shares his advice or wisdom to propel that individual that is being profiled. So that's on YouTube right now. We've done in total about 10 now, so you could check the Kingdom Fruits profile out on YouTube. Really interesting. And the third thing we do is we discuss attributes, the attributes that DSA family and Dr. Sunday's followers have sent to us that they love about Dr. Sunday and they've experienced about Dr. Sunday. So we talk about that. We share our thoughts on those attributes and how as individuals, we could also develop those attributes. So that's another program that we do at 7 p.m. Every day, Monday to Sunday, we have something going on for you. And at 9 p.m., Dr. Sunday have a series, various series. We started with the series 5th of June on the prostitution of tithes and offering. That was for 2 weeks. That was really an explosive, knowledgeable depth of wisdom. You really need to watch that. If you haven't seen that series, or you haven't watched any part of that series, you could take it one by one. I know it's 14 days in all, but it's absolutely worth watching. Is really liberating. That's the series that gave birth to the movement now, which is the movement against deception in the church. So just by the title alone, you know that this is really grown to something really significant, and it is worth checking out all this information that I'm giving you right now. And this second series, which we are on now in this season, is the series on this plague of silence. And this really is really close to my heart. In fact, all of the series that Dr. Sunday has done is close to my heart. But presently, the plague of silence, which is something that we're all guilty of. We only speak when we think that it benefits us, or maybe, we're even told that there's a virtue in keeping quiet and not saying anything. And we all practice that, but we practice it. And I've just come to realize that there's a lot of evil in silence and not saying anything. So again, that's another series that you need to check out. and join the movement, join the various platforms that I've just spoken about. What you can watch directly on YouTube, you can watch on Facebook, you can join us live. We're here every day, no day without you seeing us. So this is really a school of life, a place to learn and develop yourself to your full potential. So I'm going to turn the camera back to Dr. Sunday now, and just so you can say hello. The sun is really beating me hard. I don't really want to tan.
Beating you?
Yes.
So check on everybody again. Just show them generally so that people will know it's real.
Okay, everyone is now moved the various places how they wish. The sun is really directing them. You see, that's the president, Victor. Joshi is moved. You moved for me actually, but I think he wants a little bit of vitamin D as well. We have Tammy moved to the corner. We have Anu, and then we have Mommy here. Anu's mom. You see the resemblance? Yeah. Babusha. I can't see you, Babush. Yay, there she is. And we have lovely Gali now here. So there we go. Okay, so we're back to you.
Okay. All right, so you want to read what they're saying again, or you want me to just
yes, the nutshell of what they're saying is, you know, you're enjoying, are you actually working, asking about HMT, which we've given the information. Yes, just I think it would be nice for you to touch on working and the style of your working as well, what you're doing right now.
You will not leave me alone. You want to get me by all means.
Yes, please.
Okay. Hello, everybody.
Yeah.
My name is Sunday Adelaja, and you probably have heard the name by now if you're on this, you've been watching this channel, and you know, you see the dogs barking. We're in the nature. We're in the nature. We thank God for nature. We thank God for a change. Normally, this country is cold. They have 4 seasons, like in all European countries. But we just finished the spring. But before then, we had winter, so it was snow. It was cold, and but this is the only time we've really got real sun. And this is going to only be for about 2 months. So we're in June now, almost going to July. Then we're going to have some. July will be good, I think, I hope. And then that's all, because in August it's going to be cold again a little bit. But, you know, some part of August will still be warm. So basically we're going to enjoy real summer just for 1 month. It's supposed to be for 3 months, but 1 month is already finished almost now. So, so that for this 1 month, we want to try and maximize it. So when it's hot like this, I try to come outside and do my work, not indoors, but outdoors. So today, we're still doing the same thing. We're still doing the same kind of work that I would normally do inside, but it's about enjoying the process as well. So it's not just about working and being serious, but it's also about working and enjoying it. So that's the way I normally like. I like to work, and at the same time I joke around and you know, play, laugh, and we drink and eat and get to just, you know, yeah, do some fun stuff while we are working at the same time. So that's a little bit of that Mayowa decided to show to you today. That we are working and also in a very relaxing environment. In a relaxing environment here in Ukraine, but it looks like we are in Miami, right? Or we're in the Canarian Island, or we are in Miami, or somewhere there in Bali or something like that. But we're actually in Kyiv, Ukraine. So So the book I'm working on today is called How the Nigerian Economy, the Nigeria's economy can overtake America's economy. And that's one thing that I'm sure will happen one day. It might not happen in my lifetime, but we have the potential of making it happen. And I'm writing this book not necessarily for my contemporaries, but I'm writing it for the world and for Nigerians. And this could be for the next generation of Nigerians. When I started writing this, I thought I was writing for my own generation, but recently I discovered that, I was not standing still in my age in one place. So, which means that by the time Nigeria gets this message I'm writing today, it will take another, let's say, I think Nigeria will need another 30 years to understand this message I'm writing now. So, if it will take Nigeria 30 years, I will not be here most likely that time, or I'll be getting ready to check out. So, I'm not sure you're checking out the video.
I'm checking.
Okay. So I'm not sure I'm still going to be here. Even if I'm going to be here, like I said, I'm going to be ready to go home. I'll be getting ready for heaven. I'll be getting ready to go to heaven. But the book has been written now. This is but what I want to believe is that in 30 years' time, somebody will remember it, and somebody will wake up and raise the awareness that, there is this book that was written by Pastor Sunday Adelaja or Dr. Sunday Adelaja. Let's check it out. And I think some people will also have the opportunity to go through the book and to say, let's make it happen. This can really happen. And I believe it's going to happen, but we need people who believe it and who will implement it. So, I'm doing my own job. What I'm doing today is not necessarily for today, like I said. A lot of people expect me to be, addressing the issues of today, but I've learned to discover that I live today not for today. It's too late to live for today. I'm living today. To live the life of today, the reality of today was supposed to have been addressed. In my own case, my today was addressed like maybe 20 years ago. So today has been taken care 15, 20 years ago by me. So what I'm doing today is to take care of the future. Is to take care of, not my future, but to take care of the future of our world, of the planet, of humanity, and to take care of the future of my country of birth, Nigeria. So the book I'm writing today and the work I'm doing today in general are calculated to take care of the life that will come in the next 100, 200, 300 years. So my actions today are actually for the next 300 years. But I think it will take the next 30 years for people to really realize that I've said something about it. And it might take 300 years for it to come to pass. So, but as the case may be, I have to do my part, and I have to sow the seed today. When you sow the seed, sometimes that seed will lie down idle, so to say, almost looking like that, like it's idle on the soil. But one day it will pop up, and it will bring forth the fruit. So that's what I'm doing. I am sowing the seed today, and I'm hoping that the manifestation will come much later, and the fruit will come even much more later. So, but while I'm doing it, I am not whining, and I'm not, in sorrow or pain, or am I sad. While I'm doing my investment for the future, I'm enjoying the process. and surrounding myself with people, with young people, they might have a better chance to live when I'm gone. So that's another thing. When I'm gone, or if I'm gone, if I go before them, they will all be here. They will probably remember. Some of them will remember this hour and this time, and they will have something to talk about and what to work on. So yeah, basically, that's the way my mind works. So even though you are seeing me lying down here today, June 2017, but I'm actually in my mind 300 years in time ahead. And what I'm writing today, I am projecting it for the next, the earliest 30 years. So maybe your children will awake to it one time, or your grandchildren. But I'm not going to be disappointed if it doesn't get to you people yet, or to your generation yet. So I'm okay. I'm fine with that. So I don't know if they have any comments on what I'm saying, or questions, or anything like that.
Yes, I have a question, but before I read the question, I ask the question. If he's saying, I have been watching the tithe and offering teachings, and that is what attracted me to start watching and following you guys. I'm so happy that someone like Dr. Sunday is speaking out and liberating, hopefully, a whole lot of people from this kind of bondage. I was, however, never a victim. I rather used what I have to help whoever. The comment is longer, but I can only read so far. So, I mean, I've heard you several times talk about living many years ahead of the time that you are now. You know, this question, maybe I have asked it before, but I just want to ask it again for the benefit of those who are watching right now, because many years ago I sell insurance, right? This is the background of this question. And even to sell insurance to somebody that just purchased a mortgage, I was a mortgage broker, and sell insurance like life insurance, they wouldn't buy it. They said, oh, I'm not going to benefit from it, you know. My children, my wife, they will sort themselves out. Or even if it's the woman as well, this is on both sides, they'll sort themselves out. They don't buy insurance. This is just insurance, something to look after your family, your loved ones at the end of your life, or to help them to pay for the mortgage. So my question really is that, what is this driving force that you have? What is different from you and me that is propelling you to want to live for these 300 years and do so much for humanity? Because a lot of us, 98% of us, are just sitting there. We just want to get by ourselves. I know it's selfish, but that selfishness doesn't even benefit us at all to be selfish. But we still can't find a middle ground to even live 10 years ahead. And even in your quotes just now, that you lived this day that you're living, you prepared for it 15 years ago. So what is it that we don't have, or what is it that we're missing? You know, because I think some parts of me wants to do, but I don't really, something is missing. And I don't see that missing in you. Every day that I've been here, you've lived, you said you've lived for 30 years. I've seen you living for 300 years, minimum 30 years, but I've seen you living what you're saying. So how do you get that I'm struggling to find, and I'm thinking there are other people out there as well.
So your question is what?
My question is, how do you, what is it that
because
you
know? I had a feeling that while you were asking me that question, you had forgotten where you started it.
No, I know where I started. I started with the story about insurance. So my question is that, what is it about you? What do you know that we don't know that drives you to want to live 30 years, do this for humanity? you're already sort of made.
I'm not saying 30 years.
No, minimum 30 years. For example, of this book. Yeah, for in this book.
I'm not living for 30 years.
Okay, you're living for 300 years, but minimum, especially on this book that you were editing today, 30 years. So let's start from, I would say biomass, us right now, where we're not even living for 10. So let's start with 30, because 300 years is almost like, it's almost impossible.
Now I understand you. So you can't conceive 300
Yeah, I can't conceive. But let's just start from, yeah, I cannot conceive. I can't even conceive. I know they say have a 5 years plan, have a 10 years plan. That's the maximum I've heard. So, but this is not just a plan for yourself. This is beyond you. This is out of you. It's more of others. So what is it that you have, or you know, that you can see that I cannot see? I've been here for 5 months now. And for me to, I am uncomfortable being in this environment and knowing that the achievement rates here is like super high. But that thing is still, I'm still struggling to grow that thing, to get that thing in me that drives me. So what is it?
That drives me?
Yeah, that drives you, but drives you for what you're doing. Not just drive, I mean, a lot of things drive people. I want to look nice. Yes, you go to work, you buy things, you buy a car. But this specific type of drive that is for humanity, for the success of others, is for the propagation of the best you, the best life that the nations can live, the best life that a country can be. You know, there are millions of people in Nigeria alone. I haven't seen anyone that really even want to do 1% of what you're planning, and you're even saying that, yes, I'm not going to benefit from it, but that driver is still there. You know, I told the story about insurance. I mean, out of, if I see 10 people,
by the time you finish, you go so long that you have to go back to the
question. Okay, sorry, let's go. You see, that's me. I can talk.
Just repeat the question. That's
yes, okay, I've repeated the question, sir. Please.
You went for so long. Can you put in one sentence or two?
Okay, sir. What is it that drives you to want to live your life minimum now from this book 30 years, and you always talk about 300 years ahead, and in this way, not for material things, not for cars, not for getting houses, not for getting other things that we all, most of us, strive to get, not even power, nothing else. This type of drive for humanity.
What is it that motivates me?
Yes, what is it in you? What is it that you know that we don't know?
Well, you know, I'm doing what we are trying to say is that you see me for 6 months since we've been living here, doing like hard work, mundane things, daily basis, pushing myself. So just keep on doing some routine, mundane stuff. Maybe if I tell you a statement, maybe this statement will help you, but I doubt it. But maybe it will help. So I'll give you a statement. Then if you don't get it after that statement, you could still go ahead and inquire more. Then I will expand further. It is the power of vision that inspires somebody to it is the power of vision which is the spectacular that inspires somebody to wake up in the morning and go and do the mundane. Want me to repeat that again?
Yes, please.
Or not necessary?
No, it's necessary.
Okay. The vision, the power of vision power, the power of what you see, it is the spectacular. That vision power is the supernatural power. It is the spectacular power. It is the unexplainable force. It is the spectacular that motivates, that inspires you to endure the mundane, to go through the mundane things, through the process of mundane activities on a daily basis. So what does that mean? That means the power of vision is the motivation. So what is the power of vision? What does it mean? It means the power of what you see. Vision means what you see. And vision means what you see, not now, but what you see that others cannot see. That's vision. So what you see ahead that all other people are not seeing, that is the spectacular that motivates you to go through the mundane process of doing the hard stuff. So if you don't see anything ahead, the mundane things will be hard for you because you are not going to be motivated to do it. You are not going to be inspired enough because you are not seeing any spectacular picture. You know, that's like God and Abraham. When Abraham left his city where he had comfort, he was seeing a city whose maker, or that was built not by human hands, that was not constructed by human effort, but whose maker and creator was God. So he was seeing an invisible city. So it is that city that he was seeing ahead that is the spectacular power pushing him, motivating him to do the mundane things of walking kilometers, years after years, enduring pain, going through the process of, you know, forgetting and leaving his homeland, forsaking his relatives, and enduring, you know, barrenness. So all those mundane things of surviving, going to fight, going to conquer new territories, dig the well, all the hard stuff, is able to go through all of that and endure all of that thanks to the power, the spectacular power of the vision that he is seeing inside of him. So I am like that. I am seeing a city. I'm seeing a world. I'm seeing the future ahead of me, inside of me. It's inside me. And inside my mind, inside my heart, inside my spirit, I am seeing a future. But why am I willing to pay is it just for the future? I will not be here in that future, right? So what is it that is making me then to pay the price? Even though I will not be here, but I see myself in that future, even though I will be dead physically. But I see my legacy. I see my footprint. So I'm leaving a footprint for the future is yet to come, that will come 300, 500 years after I'm gone. I'm seeing my footprint in that future that will come. I'm seeing my my monument, and I'm seeing myself talking to the generation of people in the next 200 years. I see myself still talking even though dead. That is one thing that is inspiring me. Number two thing that is inspiring me is I think I am bringing to the earth the desires of heaven. So I am saying also, so on one hand, that is the vision is the earthly explanation. But the other explanation, the other side of the coin is that, you know, I see myself as an expression of God here on earth. And God is in heaven. I see myself as his physical expression. I see myself that I am the invisible God that is in heaven, that needs to, that is being expressed here on earth for people who are living now and who will live later to understand that invisible God. I'm trying to paint the picture of the invisible God, how I see him, and how I think that he lives, and how I think that he would behave if he was living in my flesh. And I know for sure he's living in my flesh. So I'm living his life for him. I am giving him an expression. I am painting his picture to the world. I am letting people see him in the way they will best understand. That is in human flesh. I think it's tough for people to understand God just in words because they don't see words. But when they see human flesh, they hear human voice. Yeah, they see human behavior like I'm doing now, lying down here and enjoying the sun and talking and walking at the same time. Even though it is human flesh you are saying by the name of Pastor Sunday, but for me, it is God that is being expressed in human flesh. So that's another thing that motivates me, and that's how I live. I'm expressing the invisible God for people who look like me to be able to understand him better. Without being religious necessarily, but just demonstrating God, manifesting God in a way that it will be easier for species like me, human species, to understand the invisible God. I don't know if it's too complex, but those are the two sides of the coin that I gave. From the side of the earth and then from the side of celestial. I don't know, but I don't know what you got or what you're hearing.
I got a lot from that answer, because that answer, like you said, it had two sides of it. The human side, which is that you yourself, you want to be speaking even after your body is gone. You want to be speaking and involved in the life that is years to come.
You got that right, yes.
And the second aspect, which is the manifestation of God in the flesh, which is maybe something that I'm always missing as a human being. I always separate God. God is God, and then I'm me. I'm here on earth for myself.
Me and me.
Yeah. And
no, I'm not separated. I'm one with God.
Yeah. And I think it maybe something that I need to really work on. That
I and my Father are one. I'm learning from Jesus. He's our master. He's our firstborn. He's the firstborn of our family, you see. And the reason he's the firstborn is for him to show all the other children how to live. So if I don't copy him, then I'm not recognizing him. It means I didn't recognize our firstborn. And our firstborn is not just that he's the firstborn, but his whole mission is to show me how life is supposed to be lived on earth. And so he says, I and the Father were one. He never separated himself from the Father. He was always expressing the Father. He was always displaying the Father and manifesting the Father. And he was always committed to the Father's heart, the Father's will. And he was always bringing the Father's will from heaven to the earth. He was always manifesting heaven on the earth. And he said that is how life is supposed to be lived for people who are born of the Father. And I'm born of the Father like him. So I must live this this life like him. And so I'm not separated from God. I'm one with God. I'm not just one with God. I'm the expression of God. I am the extension of God. I am the visible manifestation of God. I'm God's image. I am God's smile, God's laughter, God's correction, God's expression of correction, God's expression of an embrace, God's hands, God's teeth, God's body, God's flesh, God's compliment, God's touch, God's embrace, God's heart, God's love. I am all of that. I think it should be clearer now. I thought I made it clearer.
Yes, you did make it clearer. So my next question is, what did I miss? Jed, you say you missed a lot, Jed. You need to watch this again. You missed so much, so you need to watch this again. It would be posted on this page when we finish, and also later on, maybe by the weekend, it will be on YouTube, Sunday Adelaja Official. The next thing I do want to ask, that is clear to me, the two facets of your driving force.
No, you express you repeated the way you got it, the first part, but you didn't repeat the second part.
Yes, the second part is just that I don't see myself as God's representation in the way that you do. I see it on such a very shallow level of I'm representing him as in is in me to do what I want to do to attain my own fleshly desires, not to extend his desire for me or his desire for or the purpose for my life. I don't really see beyond the things that I want. So I don't really see, I separate him. That is God and I am me. He sent me here to just be happy and get the things that I want and come back to him. And that's really something that I need to work on. They're not recognizing God, but I don't know how to work on that. What I've noticed that even in your second answer, the second part of it, when you're saying that you're God, you're his flesh, you're his teeth, you're his hand, you're his head, I just say those words. I think words for you have become flesh. The words of the Bible, they are flesh, they are real. You make it real consciously, and I don't really know how to get that. I don't know if there are other people there watching right now that maybe they have a solution and they live in their life. Because before I met you, I haven't seen anybody like that. Even the people that are successful according to the world, like the Dangotes, the Bill Gates and all that, I really see something missing about them. Whereas with you, I really don't see anything missing. And yet you're still trying to attain more. So that's what attracted me, like Ify said, that what attracted her, there were many things that attracted me, but there was just that extra core that you have. And you've explained it, but I still don't know how. For me, I know those are the things that you're doing, but I don't know how to attain them. Where to start from, being an extreme biomass, as in your words, where to start from to be able to feel that, or even if I probably get like 10% of that as a starting point, it would be something for me. So I'm wondering if anyone else is feeling that way, and if you could help to answer how we could start. Topsy is saying, wow, DSA, God bless you, sir. You are just too amazing. Jed is saying he's going to rewatch. Yes, that's a good advice, good step. Very, very, very well understood. That's Charles that's saying that.
Charles Smith?
Yes, Charles Smith. Oriyomi says DSA is God's ambassador. Inkiri says true. We all should express that God, no religiosity. Bashiru says greeting from Otupo, Benue State. Hello, Bashiru. It's abnormal to the normal man. That's Ojo Pelumi that's saying that. How can it be contacted? The Enoch dynamism. That's Ojo Pelumi saying that. Wow, Charles, good question, Mayawa. Charles is saying, thank you, Charles. I don't often have good questions, so thank you for that. I am a strong, passionate believer that change can happen in Nigeria. I thank God for the vision He has given to you, Pastor, towards the roadmap of the change that will come to our country in Nigeria. God bless you abundantly and endlessly. That's Ify. They're saying that. Okay, so where can somebody like me, like such a biomass, where can I start from to just start to attain this to some level?
Where to start from is to simply decide, make up your mind to take Jesus serious. And I'm sure some of you would say, but I'm taking him serious. I think I take him serious. But what I mean by that is that you've got to take every word of Jesus serious, as if your life depends on it. Take him literally serious. Believe him literally in every word that he says and speaks. And make it your life objective to model him. Just copy him. Imitate him. Now, if that is a bit difficult for you and you cannot copy Jesus, you think Jesus is invisible, I cannot see him, it's difficult for you to see him, then find somebody that you think expresses him better than most people you know, or the best person who expresses Jesus better, the best, who manifests Jesus the most, or in whom you see the qualities of Jesus more than anywhere else. Go look for that person and observe them closely and learn from them and copy them and walk after them. Like Paul said, it was because the Christians in Corinthians were having that problem too. They didn't know how to model God. They didn't know how to manifest God. So he said, don't worry, copy me, imitate me as I imitate Christ, as I follow Christ. Follow me as I follow Christ, imitate me as I imitate Christ. So that might be helpful for beginners like you.
Thank you very much. I feel a little bit satisfied. If you could hear my sigh there. So I think I'm on the right path being here. So guys, has anyone else got a comment? Because I have actually interrupted the book reading, which is the schedule today to finish this book. So if anyone has got a question, you can share it. I'm going to read some of your comments. Ruth Tiso says word. Nkiru, she's clapping. Charles says, I have also just discovered the revolution of the visible God, me. Solitude has helped me a lot. I and the Father are one. Well done. Nkiru says, oh, DSA, with exclamation points, mark. AK says, wow, I have never seen any man like you, Pastor. You are truly an express image of Jesus right here on earth.
Who is saying that?
AK God's man.
Oh, okay.
Adelaja Disu says, that's correct. DSA expresses and manifests the image of the invisible God in the flesh. We are created in his image and put on the earth.
But the thing is that all of us are supposed to express that, though. It's not just DSA. And it's not a compliment, because it's going to be a compliment when you begin to see yourself the same way and you begin to really become like that. When you begin to live like that and become like that as well. When you learn how to do that, when you know that is possible, first of all. And once you know that it's possible and you begin to know and believe for yourself that you too can be like that, and that is the way to start. That's the way to start. Mm-hmm. This is the reason why DSA is like that and has to be like that is not for him. It's to be an example for you all to believe that any human can be like that. This is just a boy from Idomela, as well.
Like the Sanjay just cracked a joke. This is just a boy from Idomela. So, DSA, you've heard that. I don't need to repeat it. Watch it again. We can all be there. We can all be like this, and it's much more a compliment when we are like this rather than just one person being like this. Denise says, thank you so much, sir, for all your wisdom you are giving us for free. Debo says, DSA, my mentor, I will meet you soon, sir. God bless your work. You have been a great inspiration. God bless you, DSA. Debo Onafowora.
Okay.
And we have here, okay, I've read this one. It's okay. I've read most of the other ones. Thank you, everyone. The book reading is going to continue now. since I don't have any more questions for DSA, I think I need to ponder over this one and start taking actions immediately. That's what I'm going to do.
There's one obvious question.
Oh, sorry, Josh. You've got it. You can answer it. Ask it. It doesn't have to be me. So, sorry. Somebody has a question here.
Okay. It's a very simple one. How did somebody, a kid who didn't know anything about the world, who never even saw a big city, begin to see 300 years from now? What is it that he did that got him from where he was to where he is right now? Was it just a spiritual experience? Was it just books? Or was it like an Abrahamic experience where God told him, look, and, in a prophetic way? How did he get from not even seeing outside his village, not even thinking he could become anything, to beginning to see 300 years from now? Do you know that?
No, I don't. And so next question. That question, how do you the question is, a boy from Idomila, like you've pranked just a minute ago, and you've told us several times, from a village in Ijebu, Nigeria, how Pastor Joshua is asking, like, how you see the, how did you get from there to even having a vision in the first place, to having that vision, the two sides of the coin, and also wanting to live like Jesus, wanting to live in that image that you were supposed to live?
No, that's not my question.
Okay, sorry. I'm going to turn the camera again. I'm not asking the question correctly.
But he heard me. He understood. It was when he tried to remix it.
Yeah, because people can't hear you properly,
Oh, okay. My question was, how did he develop the ability to see 300 years from now? That's just the short version.
Okay.
Was it a spiritual thing, or was it something he had to develop as a skill or an ability? Because like you said, before I met him, I had not had anybody talk like that before. I think the closest I had was Martin Luther when he said, I've been to the mountaintop. But that wasn't as precise as this. He is very precise in saying, I can see 300 years from now. That's like 3 centuries ahead of his time. And I've not heard anybody say that. Not even the Platos or the other guys who have lived in the past, who were taught leaders. So how did he get to that point? Get it?
Yeah, got it. Can somebody help me with a chair, please? No, mommy. Oh. Yeah, I can't get you.
You must be closer so that you might watch it without the right one.
You can take it. Sorry, I have to.
Does it really need to make noise?
Thank you.
So the question, you can now repeat the question again.
Yes, the question is, how does someone from Nidomila, from a village in Nigeria, come to be able to even aspire to see 300 years ahead? Pastor Joshua said he hasn't seen anyone likewise myself and many people that have that aspiration, and he mentioned even the Platos of this world, or world gone or past. He's never heard anyone say that. So is this a spiritual experience, or is it a physical experience? What is it? How did you come to that vision, ability?
Okay. That would take me to the next principle of life. So that question is just provoking me to telling you the truth. Not just about this question, but about how life is made up. The reason why most people don't get that and they don't live like that is because they don't have the ABCs or the algorithm of life, of how life is supposed to be lived. and the way life is supposed to be lived is that life is supposed to be lived in some certain, under some certain guidelines, rules. If you don't follow those guidelines, you might beat about the bush a lot. You might end up wandering and just existing and just struggling and surviving or going about, and never really get to discover life or never really get to live it. So if you really want to get life right, the most important thing in life is self-development, self-discovery. I will say it in different words, the same thing in different words. Self-development, to some people that's more understandable. Self-education, self-discovery. That's the most important thing in life, the very, very, very priority of life. That's supposed to be the basis of life. So, self-discovery is more important than getting married. But unfortunately, people think marriage is more important. I'm sorry. So, wow, I'm getting a lot of cold, but it's also fresh, so I'm not denying it myself from it. So, this will take me to the question of priorities. What are the most important things in life? So if you ask most people that question, what are the most important things in life? People will say children, marriage. If I ask you, what is the most important thing in your life? Most people, you could say, me, myself, my happiness, my joy, money, prosperity, well-being, then marriage, children, and happiness. But all those things I just mentioned, none of them is as important as self-education and self-discovery. Self-discovery, self-education is more important. Self-development is more important than children. Self-discovery and self-development is more important than marriage. So nobody should consider marriage until they have discovered themselves. Nobody should consider having children until they have discovered themselves. If they do, people do it every day. They actually go and marry. But then that marriage is bringing frustration, not just to their own lives, but to the lives of the person who is unfortunate enough to marry them. And then if they have children without self-discovery, if they get to have children without self-discovery, and that also will mean that now the web is growing. They are now not just making themselves unfortunate and unhappy, but they are now extending that not just to their husband or to the wife, to the person who is unfortunate enough to marry them, but that ill fortune and pain and tragedy of life is being extended to innocent souls that they didn't have an idea. You know, why should you bring me here if you yourself didn't understand anything about life? Why should you even think of giving birth to me if you yourself didn't have a clue? What are you doing? What were you thinking about? So, because you are giving birth to children that will be an extension of your suffering and of your frustration and of your pain. And you will not have an explanation for them. You will be telling them that's how life is. But they will also be telling you, but not everybody is suffering like us. So those are the foolishness that people commit in life. Like Solomon said, those are the foolishness and the vanity that people commit without thinking. So this is also a tragedy that happens as a result of people not thinking. and just doing things randomly. Because that's what everybody does. Everybody marry, everybody talk about children, and everybody talk about living happy or prospering or a good life. So then you begin to run after it, and without really finding out the steps, the algorithms, the formulas. So what took me from the village boy that never knew any of these things into now thinking like this and talking like this is self-education and self-discovery. So it doesn't have anything to do with God per se, even though God helped me. But there are other people who didn't believe in God who have been able to also discover the same. So basically you say it is still self-discovery, self-development, and self-education. I don't know if I answered or I didn't really answer.
Yeah, you answered, but your answer was broad because you said self-education. But there are a lot of people who have gone through the same self-education, who have bettered themselves, but they've not still been able to accurately predict what's going to happen 300 years from now. And they've not been able to have the same vision that you do. So is it that yours was more intensive or was more directed at what you're presently doing? Or what exactly brought about this exact result that you have?
Self-education. When you study enough, when you dig enough, you will hit gold. Not everybody that digs eats even well or talk less of gold. Water. Not all of them eat water when you dig. But some people do hit water well. But well is good, but I want to hit gold.
All right, thank you, Pastor.
Mayowa, is your comment. So tell me what you got. If you understood, then we'll be able to find out if others understand later.
Yes, I understood that first of all, you need to discover yourself, and you need to discover yourself with depth, not just discovering, but understanding who you are, understanding yourself, understanding that as a priority of life. Getting the algorithm of life correctly is understanding who you are yourself, and then the next step is to educate yourself, which for me, I mean, I thought educating yourself is just going to school, but as you're saying it right now, I'm realizing that it's not even just about going to school. That's just the really elementary part of this self-discovery and self-education, that's not even scratching the surface, going to school. Because many people go to school, that's almost mandatory, especially in the West, where you go to school, you're educated, but still you don't know anything. You don't know life, you don't know what's happening even with yourself. You don't understand yourself. So my head is kind of like rushing with a lot of questions.
I didn't say get education.
No, you didn't mention education. I'm saying that my understanding. Huh?
You didn't say education.
No, but when you said it says self-development to me, right?
Self-education.
Yeah, self-education, self-development. The first thing I think about, and I think many other people as well, is school. Is go to school and learn something. Yes. Okay. Go to school, learn, get degree, get whatever. But I'm saying that that's not even it. I know that he didn't say that.
Okay.
But whenever you mention self-development, self-education, my first inclination is school for some reason. I don't know if anybody else feels that way.
No, in Pastor's case, there is no way self-development is just going to be school, because no matter how much anybody gives to you, it's still, the onus is still on you to do with it as you may. For instance, he just gave an example of Jesus. All of the things that he has practiced are in the Bible. Everybody else has been reading it, but like we can testify nobody has been able to implement it as much as he has, and that's because he took the time to believe every word, to go through the process of internalizing it. So it's what you're able to discover and find out about yourself that is going to make you to be different from others. Okay, he went to school in former Soviet Union. He just showed us one of his former classmates. He was going to school like everybody else, but what set him apart was the 6 hours that he spent in the library for 6 years studying on his own that made him to be an outstanding student. So it's the extra that he did on his own that made him into who he is. So that extra 6 hours is the self-development. What you do in class is just the normal stuff that everybody else does. That's why the world has a lot of educated people who still don't know who they are because they've not taken time to do the work themselves. So that's what it means. It's not just education. Just going to school is, you're just following a curriculum. Everybody's doing the same thing. But what you're able to do yourself and what you're able to find out by yourself is what is going to set you apart. The sacrifice you're able to make and the extra mile you're willing to go for yourself alone is what is going to set you apart. So that's very different from just getting an education.
Okay, thank you
You're welcome.
for that. So, Dr. Sunday, I have some people asking some questions here.
Yes, please go ahead.
There's a question from Olayemi that says, are there topics you research thoroughly? And I think this person is going in the same mindset as I, which is, education, but the person is still right to, is there anything that you research thoroughly?
Yeah, I think the question of life, what is life? Why are we here? Why life? Is one of the most important questions that I think everybody should answer. But I've already gotten the answers. So you don't need to do as many of reading thousands of books or going to research, going to all the philosophers and through all the age to discover those things. I already have them. And I already put them out there. So you can just go to my channel, to my YouTube channel alone, and go series by series. Go look for the series on why are we here. And it will tell you about life. That it has taken thousands of years to discover those answers that I put there. And thousands of books. That is one. Number two thing that you might want to study is about time. What to do with time? What is time about? What do I do with time? Time is passing. I wake up every day. What do I do with that? What do I do with my life? What do I do with time? I wake up every day. I go to sleep every night. Is that just the routine? And I've already given you the answer. Go to my YouTube page again, Sunday Adelaja Official. You'll see the series on time. So if you are really serious, you don't need to go through all the thousands of books. I have done that, and I'm bringing you just the very creme de la creme of the author. Creme de la creme. The juice of it. But you have to be serious to even discover that it is there. And you have to be serious enough to discipline yourself. And lock everything out of your time and your vicinity and your ambience. And just, ground yourself and bury yourself in those knowledge. If you go through all my series, not just to listen, but to imbibe, you will know more than 99% of people in this world. You will know more than Bill Gates. Because I've listened to Bill Gates, and I know he reads a lot, but I know it's far from what those things are that are on the YouTube. And Mark Zuckerberg or anybody else. I'm listening to Wole Soyinka, and I know they are far from what is available on that YouTube alone.
That's true.
So you have a well of an oil field over there. You have
gold mine.
And it's there free, no charge. I know a friend of mine, John Maxwell. He has some resource center like that too, but not as much as I have on my YouTube. And for you to even join that, to even have access to, you need to pay $5,000 just to enter, to be a member. Daniel was the Peter Daniels, the same thing. You need to buy for $5,000. By the way, he just wrote me yesterday, last week, and I forgot. He said I should call him. Please remind me to call him today, Peter Daniels. Okay. Yeah, I have to even look at it. You have to connect me with Peter Daniels today. Yeah, so that's it.
Anyone else has any questions in the house?
She has questions, I think. Maybe you read the comments then.
Okay. Olayemi, I think your question was answered.
It's not to me, come to them.
You are just talking now. Yes, she's saying that, yes, just talking. What was he studying? You've got that already? Self-discovery is more important than marriage in life. There's somebody quoting you. Question: what is DSA that you yet desire to express, Daddy God?
I don't get it.
What is DSA that you yet desire?
What is DSA?
You are making mistake. Just make sense of it. What is it, DSA? Just asking.
Okay, what is it that you desire to express, Daddy God?
Maybe she's trying to ask what you're yet to express about God
Daddy
that you
God.
desire to.
Anastasia, please rephrase that question because I don't get it. Please, in the next few seconds, if possible.
Then you can read some other.
Yes. Thank you. No, they're all pleasantries now. I have been thinking about these three things about Pastor Sunday: purpose, time, and money. That's what? Denise. Denise is saying that she's been thinking about these three things about Pastor Sunday: purpose, time, and money. It's not a question, it's just a comment, I think it is. Okay, guys, there's no questions here now. I can see. If I can see it, I would ask it.
What about Anastasia's question?
Anastasia, if you're still there, can you rephrase your question? Because it's not clear to me. So I'm not doing you justice right now. Okay, what is it, DSA, that you would like to express about Daddy God that you have not realized?
If I've not realized it, so how will I know?
Sorry.
No, what he means by realize is you're yet to accomplish. But
you've not realized it.
You're working
yes. Okay. My first thinking is that if you've not realized it, well, how will you know what you don't know? But Pastor Joshua is right that you haven't accomplished, that you're yet to what is it that you would like to express, but you have not yet expressed?
What?
What is it about God that you would like to express?
What is it about God?
Yes, that you want to express, but you have not yet expressed, or you would like to express, but you haven't. It hasn't come to reality. You know internally, but you have not expressed physically.
Do you understand it? Can you ask it.
For instance, it's like, you know, for instance, you're already embodying the love of God. So she's asking that, what is it about God that you're yet to embody, that you have as a goal to keep walking towards till you accomplish it, just like you have accomplished that of love? So is there something else? Is there a quality, or is there some other thing that you've seen in God, but you're yet to fully grasp and embody?
First of all, that question is a question of a seeking soul, someone that is probably trying and attempting to discover God and know more about God, but it is also a vague question. It is also a question that is that is impossible to answer. God is God. And that means that God is vast. God is great. God is limitless. God is huge. God is limitless. God is infinite. So because it's infinite, I cannot even discover him all in the flesh. It's impossible to know him all in the flesh. But my dream is that I want to discover God more every day. And I want to discover him to the extent that I want to fully express him as the more of him that I discover. So the more of God that I discover, that is the more I would like to express, give expression to. And my dream is this, that by the time I leave this world, I want to get to a place whereby I will so much express his nature and him that people will be confused and they will just be wondering, where is God and where is Pastor Sunday? I want people to really look at me and see Jesus and God in everything. But it's only a dream. I'm trying every day, growing every day. It would not happen sometime, all of one day. It has to be progressive. So it's every day I'm growing to this, and every day I am aspiring into this to discover him more and to express him more. So I'm working on it, and I will keep on. It's a lifetime goal. It's something that can never be fully attained on the earth. That's why I want to die more than I want to live. Because it is a dream that could only be realized when I die. And that's why death is fascinating to me. That's why death is exciting to me. That's why death is my dream. Death has become my vision as well. Because it is only through death that I could really fully attain my goal of expressing God and fully unifying and being one with him and revealing him. It's like you have traveled, eh? Anastasia. Yeah, Mayowa.
I traveled. Just listening to you.
Took you to another place.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's important to come back so that people you are filming for we know what's going on.
Hello, Anastasia. I know that your answer was and your question was answered because I saw the lots of love that you were sending and the likes and thumbs up that you're sending. So definitely that question was answered clearly for you. So you got your answer there. Tracy is saying, I celebrate you, sir. DSA, brilliant is always your answer. That's Nkiru. Oriyomi says, God is dynamic. Nkiru, God is huge. That's right, Pastor Joshua. That's Anastasia saying that you are, yeah, correctly. Gold mine it is! Exclamation mark. Sunday Adelaja official YouTube. It's a gold mine. That's Pastor Nikki saying that.
Nikki Christian?
No, Nkiru. Self-discovery is more important than marriage again. Informer said that. Okay. I don't think there's any more questions. Does anyone else have any questions?
I always have questions. Let's continue our book editing. We've got on for long enough. There's always more, but look, Pastor's YouTube channel is the place to go. You will find a lot of answers there.
And you know what? I've got work to do. So.
With each time you listen to a message, you hear new stuff. So there's a lot you can learn. Just go envelope yourself with those messages. Just dive into it.
Okay, we've just got Joshua there that's saying that get out of here and go and do some work. They're still going to finish this book today, so I understand that. But I think if there's opportunity to come back, I will come back, guys. I have to go to work. And also, don't forget the movement against deception in the church. The pages are up. We have a main page, which is the movement against deception in the church.